Hey there, JJ here. This is going to be War 2 of Season 62. FAE is matched LVT. Lots of great guys there. Jackie, I think I fed a few of his defenders. Rebels there. Other people. Sorry if I don't name you. So the Alliance placed Dark Phoenix on node 18 and not node 9. But this was smart because they put Sentinel on node 9, which Sinister can't take, which forced me to do a path split, and that created a timing problem, and that timing problem led me to not be able to get pre-fights on a later fight, and I end up dying because I don't have that fight, don't have those pre-fights. Spoiler alert. Anyways, let's focus on this fight. This is Poison Shock with the Indestructible, Power Focus 2. Really not that bad, especially compared to node 9, because, Power Focus is annoying, but I'd say that Power Efficiency is so much worse. Anyways, here we're just trying to pause it, and we're going to get pushed over bar so it's indestructible, but we're going to hold heavy as long as we can, and work through this SP1. I probably could have waited a little longer. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, just going to be waiting out this fight, and then it's literally just me waiting out the immortality. So, yeah, story time. I joined Tier 1 War. I think I got plucked from a Plat 5 Alliance by Nitro from AOH. Thank you so much. So I got sent there in season 56 for the second half of the season because they needed a mid-season replacement. And then after that was season 57 with the new map. And I had a rank 3 Spiral. And I was sent to node 46 Serpent with Spiral for 8 wars. And I only soloed it twice because I was new to Masters. I didn't really know what was going on. I tried to follow strategies, but I ran the wrong things. I don't know. But it did not go well. I only soloed it twice out of the 8 times. And I have quite a lot of PTSD from that fight. I took it with Kushala a season back, I think. I don't remember, but I didn't die there. And I've taken it before, but I am going to be taking it again. And it's going to come back, and it's going to kill me. So we'll get to that when we get there. This is Thorns, Captain Britain. This is just a really cool fight that you just wouldn't expect to work, but it just does. The Thorns are fine because you're only hitting them with your heavy attacks that deal contact on the first hit of your SB1. And there's a lot of hit minimization while using Sinister. I know it's a talking point that people often use for champions like Sinister or Shathra, but I want to explain it because a lot of people don't do that. Basically, a lot of champions, defenders specifically, abilities that are problematic start to come online when you hit them a lot or when you knock them down and stuff. Sinister and Shathra, the other one I mentioned, don't really need to do that. All you have to do is just get your eggs and charge heavy for Shathra, and for Sinister, you just charge heavy and then transfer the degens. Even if you're faltered and your attack misses, like on node 47 or node 6, say, you would still transfer the degens, and you just need a parry and heavy. And even on stun immune nodes, you can just dash back and parry. So that's basically why Sinister is really good for war. Obviously, he has bonkers damage when he's ramped up with his Cosmic Souls and all that stuff, but he is also very versatile because of his ability to not have a lot of threats go online. So anyways, that was Jackie's Dark Phoenix I beat up just now. And I'm taking this Attuma, also Jackie's. The thing is, I need to get a full charge off before I throw a special because I need to get all my bleeds and then the fight will basically be over. But he's not letting me throw it, and there he finally does. So now I'm just going to bait this special, hit him, and then go for a dash back. And my basics are doing decent damage. 14 cray hit on the first hit. And then, so I'm just going to dash back and then hold heavy. And he lets me charge the full thing. Very nice of him. And he doesn't even punch me. Then I hold heavy again, and he dies with 40 seconds into the fight. So Sinister, once again, dominating. The idea of that fight is you're not supposed to parry because Sinister reduces ability accuracy of skill champions Purify, and Attuma will do that when you parry, but Attuma reduces ability accuracy reductions. Not reduces, he flips them around and they increase, so his Thorns would have done a lot more damage. So it was just safer the way I did it. And over here, I'm taking thing on node 37. I really like Sinister for node 37 because if you do it correctly, you're able to get your first degen cycle off before the root, and then if the opponent is rooted, you can just dash back and hold heavy, and you're just able to basically pause the degens for free without pairing, without doing anything while they're in the root. And yeah, it's just going to be that. The only downside is that there is a purify whenever they throw a special attack, which is kind of annoying, but if you work around it, it's not really a problem. I think it comes up once this fight. But yeah, so I throw my SB1, and I'm just going to dash back and hold heavy. And look at that. I'm just holding, or I didn't do it again there, but I could have had a better cycle. So see there, he purified 5 my degen, so I only have 7 left. So what I probably should work on is trying to like not let him throw the special while I don't have bleeds up. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. He's taking 14k per tick. And I should have parried there instead. I just heavy punish him. And here I see the root's about to come, so I dash back and hold heavy, and yeah, he dies in 45 seconds. So that's why Sinister is really good for that node. But Sinister does have one of his class abilities to reduce Purify ability accuracy, but I don't know if it'll ever go up to 100%, but maybe you can like fail the Purify on a few of them. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it was a pretty cool, easy fight. Next up, I have a fight that I was slightly worried about because, you know, Maestro is pretty scary, and Sinister you really want to parry, and this node makes it very hard to parry. Let me explain the nodes. This is node 40 Mixmaster, which is going to trigger a few times. Mixmaster and Obstinate Charge, I think. So whenever he dashes in, he's going to be stun immune, so I need to reparry. But whenever you parry, whether like they get the stun on them or you just trigger the Obstinate Charge, you gain a charge on you. And when you get to 3 of those charges, you gain a soul barb, and that soul barb hurts. Thankfully, Sinister only has 1 buff, which is the dex buff. But later in the fight, I throw the relic, and it's really going to hurt. So yeah, that's really annoying and unfortunate. Here, I'm just backing off, and then I hit him a few times. I've already triggered evade, but he's already at 42% after 1 degen cycle. I feel quite safe. And I dex this special. I hold the heavy, and then he lets me hold it fully, so now I'm just going to dex into a special one. One really good thing to know about this node that I just found out is if you dex his first hit, the one that's going to be stun immune, and then parry the second hit, it's not going to trigger the stun shield, and it also won't give you 2 procs on your charges for the soul barb. So let's say you're using a champion that you really want to parry with, but you don't want to have to deal with the soul barb. What you're able to do is just dex his first basic and then parry the second, or just hold block on the first hit and reparry the second. It won't trigger the stun immunity because it's only on the first hit that's dashing in. That's a really neat way to get around it. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're ever taking that node. With Sinister, it's not that bad because, once again, only 1 buff plus the relic buff, but yeah, it's really not that bad. So this is Yelena on 45. Conflictor, Cold Snap, Bleed, nothing ridiculous. The only thing is you want to parry before the SP1 so she doesn't trigger Conflictor on your degens, but you can't really control it because there's a ability accuracy reduction on your Purify, so you can't like really control when it purifies or not. So I think I'm going to try to parry before, but I really don't remember. This fight, yeah, so there she purified everything. So that's 2 purifies down. If she purifies 2 more times, then she's never able to purify the rest of the fight. But the way the ability actually works is that this is only going to purify some of them. They're purified most of them, and she's at 2 bars power. So I have to dex this. Do I get hit? I don't get hit. Nice. I can never tell whether I'm going to get hit by that or not. I really should work on it. Either way, there's enough time to charge heavy with hurt endurance, but if you're using a champ that doesn't pause the heavy during the stun, it won't work. So there's purified a lot more degens. I only have 5 on her now, but they're doing 8k, so I'm dashing back and trying to get a parry. I do, and now I'm able to pause them for a good bit. I'm really not doing much damage. I don't know how Mr. Sinister's Cosmic Soul interacts with Yelena's thing. I don't know. And right there, I don't know if you noticed, but I somehow pushed her over 50% with a basic hit instead of my degens, meaning that she's at 142 combo. So things could have gone quickly bad, but instead I just threw my SB1 and it inflicted the degens, which were doing a lot of damage. So all's well that ends well. I didn't really need to deal with the final phase. So yeah, here we go. This is node 46 Serpent. Now, I don't know why my damage in this fight is horrible. I've seen Stonehenge take this fight and do 50k per tick degens, and I'm not going to do anywhere near that. And I'm going to have a few Cosmic Souls as well. I'm going to enter the fight, and you see I have 2 Cosmic Souls. That's a good amount. So I got my first parry off, and then the AI in this fight was atrocious. I'm baiting. I'm just trying to bait this. He's not throwing it. And he goes, as soon as he gets the SP2, he throws it. So now I'm stuck in this loop of him gaining Aspect of Evolution to gain more power. And over there I needed to just transfer, and it's doing 13k. That's like nothing. And I know I have less degens than what Stone usually has, and there he won't go in for the parry for me to pause. And this fight is just going poorly because he legitimately just won't play into me. So I get a parry off, and I just need to bait this. He's not. And then I'm just going for another parry, and he's back another SP2. So Aspect Evolution is going to go crazy. And he just won't throw it, and he goes red. So I'm like, all right, fine, I have to deal with this. So I have to hold heavy, and he throws his first SP3 of the fight. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this fight is going horribly. He wouldn't throw his SP1. It's just horrible. And now he's crazy cold force and doing nuts damage into my block. I finally get a decent degen cycle up. I'm 19, and he's in death immunity, and he throws his first SP1 of the fight. And he's red. And I'm like, all right, full 5-hit combo into Relic into SB1. And he's not dead. I did not have despair. And he throws the SB3, and I die. There are a few things I could have done better there. One is after my SB1, I could have idled a little bit because Sinister has an idle animation after his first SB1, but I did the math. The idle is 2 seconds, and the degens would have only taken him down to 2%, and then he would have been fully able to just throw his special 3. So I don't know if that would have worked, and he totally could have just thrown it right away, although he could have gone in to hit me, which would have made the degens take him out. So I don't know if that would have saved me. The other thing I could have done was switch the order that I used my Relic and then special 1. If I threw my special 1 first and used my Relic after, I probably could have saved the fight. Either way, I wouldn't have had to been in the situation if he would have just thrown his damn SP1 in the first place and not just turtled up the entire time. Obviously, there are things that I could have done better, but it still frustrates me to no end that he just wouldn't throw the SP1, and that's really why the fight spiraled out of control. So yeah, dying to a fight that I've died numerous times to before, just really frustrating, especially in this war against LVT. The score is 2-2 now after that death, and it's just really upsetting. Anyways, here I'm going in for the cleanup, and go in, this, and then I'm just going to bait this SP1, and he's not gaining that much power because of he doesn't have that much cold force, and Aspect Evolution isn't crazy yet, and he's gone. So really unfortunate the way that turned out, but nothing you can really do. But one thing that did go well is we won the war 4-4. Crazy close, but we ended up winning on time, which is ridiculous. We beat LVT. We are on track for a really good season. We're 2-0 and have beaten one of the usual podium contenders. So there was also one more fight that I didn't show you. After that, I had a Gene Boss that I should have taken. I mean, I did take. I just didn't record it. It went really well. Easy solo, like a minute and a half, I think. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.